All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Get to see you guys twice this week. Just let this last person in. We have kind of an important day today. It's my understanding that the next, including today, the next 3 advisories are going to be pretty important just because it's dealing with registration. Today's video that we're going to watch together, it's also on Canvas, but today's video that we're going to watch is basically talking about registration, different options as far as running start and new market, just a lot of things that are, a lot of information you need to know. Super important. I've emailed this out that the main thing we're going to be talking about during conferences is your schedule. We got to make sure that that is 100% put together. So that's going to be the first thing we address at conferences, and then we'll talk after that. So keep that in mind. If you haven't built your schedule yet, we've had some advisories where you were supposed to be doing that. So make sure you do that on your own time if you haven't yet. Look back at last week's advisory, I believe, last Tuesday's advisory, where I put the credit checklist, the course catalog, all that kind of stuff in the advisory session or in the Canvas session. And you can access all of that just to build your classes for next year. Do we got any questions before I start sharing? All right, so keep in mind, my chat will not be, I can't see it when I'm sharing. So if you need something, unmute yourself and say something, and then we can address whatever question you have. So I'm gonna start sharing here.
Okay, this is our advisory to.
Can somebody unmute themselves and tell me if they hear that sound?
Yes, I do.
Sweet, okay. Sometimes, like, if you don't click the right boxes, the sound doesn't show up. All right, I'm gonna shut up and let this thing play. If you need me, just unmute yourself and I'll pause it and we'll talk.
Okay, and here's our agenda. This is Mr. Stevens from the Counseling Center, and we are going to work on finishing that credit checklist, obviously an important piece of what we want to look at for registration selections when we know what is remaining of our credits and what we must take to make sure we graduate. Then that informs our decisions. So we're going to identify those selections using the credit checklist. And the final piece is I'm going to give you some directions today to actually begin inputting those requests into Skyward. So this is always a pretty popular and important advisory. Over the next 3 advisories, we're going to work some more on this and give you some time. But please pay attention to this video and we can get most of our questions answered. Okay, so to do your credit checklist, finish that up, just as a reminder, we're going to get into 4-year planner. So in Career Planner, you get that tile at the top that has the 4Y on it. Get into create the new 4-year plan over here on the left, or get back into your 4-year plan and you can see your academic history. For transfer students, some of this data we're finding out is not inputting correctly into Career Planner if you transfer to Timberline at any time in high school. So you may choose to, if you're not certain about your credits, you may choose to email your counselor and we can give you some more information about your academic history so that you can get that credit checklist taken care of. All right. So get into 4-year planners, your academic history. And like I said earlier, make sure your credit checklist is done today so you know which classes to take. This fillable PDF should be posted by your advisor if you haven't picked that up already. Okay, so before we get into some of these options that you have, I just want to make a quick note that if your pathway is that you're considering is attending a 4-year college or university after you graduate from Timberline, you have to make sure you sign up for 2 credits in a minimum of the same world language class. So you can't take 1 year of French and then 1 year of Spanish. It needs to be 2 of the same language before you graduate. Enroll in a quantitative course. So that is a math-based course, a class that has a lot of math involved with it. So it could be from the math department. It may also be a class your senior year, like chemistry, AP physics, AP environmental science, something like that. Okay. If you have any questions about that, of course, you can ask your counselor. And you must complete Algebra 2 or higher in math to be accepted to a 4-year college in most cases. Okay, so wanted to make sure that you're very clear on that, especially those that are juniors right now registering for their senior year. Okay, so some additional options available to current 10th and 11th. So those students going into 11th and 12th. Newmarket Skill Center in Tumwater. We work out the transportation for you. If a program that they offer seems to be appealing for a career pathway that you're looking at, examples of those include automotive service tech, collision repair, construction trades, cosmetology, criminal justice, culinary arts, and many more. I'd encourage you to go to their website and look if that's something that you're interested in. Half of your school day would be involved with a program at Newmarket, and those programs are typically very career focused to get you ready for the workforce in that area. Another option for students that are currently in 9th grade. So this would apply to only those right now in 9th grade. If you're looking for a different approach to your education, more hands-on, project-based learning, connected to a specific career. There are programs in aerospace assembly, horticulture, manufacturing, business and marketing. You may want to look into the options at the Envision Career Academy in our school district. Okay, that would be transferring to their program. Go to their website and look for a tour or more information about that. If you are currently in 10th or 11th grade, so therefore moving into 11th or 12th grade next year, you are eligible to apply for Running Start. Before you start asking your counselor about Running Start options, move my picture here, you will want to read through the Running Start website. We get students all the time that really have not researched Running Start, and they ask their counselor, and this is what we'll tell you. Go to the website, look at all of the steps to enroll. They're listed right there. And so you'll get most of your questions answered. They also have online Q&A sessions, online orientations, and their staff does a great job of answering most student questions. And then when you get to the point where you need advice from your counselor, then of course set up an appointment or send us an email and we'll get you what you need. Okay, so want to also bring up another option other than Running Start. We have so many classes at Timberline High School that are within the College in the High School program. All of these in this lime green box are classes that offer college credit. You're staying at Timberline, you're connected to your friends, you're connected to your sports, your activities, and you still have your feet on the ground here at Timberline, and you can earn a ton of college credit. In a lot of cases, even very, very close to the same amount you would in Running Start. These are super affordable classes, depending on, we can provide some financial assistance for some of them, but most of the classes will give you college credit for $90 or less. There are so many challenges to Running Start with either not being academically prepared for a very quick moving 10-week class where they cover the whole year of curriculum. If you get low college grades, then it impacts your college GPA as well as your high school GPA. Running Start is not free as well. You have to pay a lot of money for books and fees and different things like that. So want to point this out, that you can gain a ton of college credit taught by our Timberline teachers that you know and you want to be with your friends and all that good stuff here by using the College in the High School program. Another college program that can give you college credit is the CTE dual credit classes that are offered here at Timberline. Again, another option. You don't have to go to Running Start to get college credit. And listed here, it shows Pierce College, SPSCC, Clover Park. You don't have to attend those colleges after graduation to get this college credit. This is just the granting college, and then you have 5, 3, 4, another 5, however many credits you earn in these classes, like photography, child development, sports med, our auto classes, law and justice, entrepreneurship, and all of those listed here. So you can be taking these classes at Timberline, earning free college credit in these programs here, as long as you get a B or better grade in most of these, and transfer that credit to whatever institution you choose to go to after graduation. So another really cool opportunity. Okay, so now once you've already seen the department videos, you've got some ideas going of some classes you want to take, you've done your credit checklist, you know what you need to take, and you also know if you're looking to go to a 4-year university, you got to be aware of the world language, the math levels, and taking a good course schedule your senior year. So now we're going to input those course requests into Skyward. So you log into your Skyward account. This is your student account. On the left-hand side is a schedule tab. Click on that, and then click on this hyperlink that you'll see here, but in your case, it's actually going to say 2021, 2022. Click on that, and you get right into the scheduler, and I will apologize, this is a little blurry, but this is what it's going to look like. So on the left-hand side are every course that we list or that we offer at Timberline High School. So you can scroll through the large amount of offerings that we have. You highlight the courses you want to take. Like in number 4 here, it's highlighted, it's that light blue color. Then you click add course, and then it pushes that course to the requested side on the right-hand side. You will notice on the right-hand side that many courses are already preloaded here. These are teacher recommended courses, and those are locked in. So you cannot highlight these and then click remove. These will be locked in here. Now the question will be, what if something is locked in on my selections and I really don't want to take that course? Let's say you have English 10 listed there, but you want to challenge yourself with honors. So we will be sending out a Google form link, and you will put those kinds of requests in the Google form. And then the counselors will go in and manually make those changes for you, whether it's adding AP or adding honors or dropping one of those classes to add the regular level or something that was locked in. Okay, so don't be too frustrated if these classes are locked in. Let us know through the Google form and we'll take care of you. Okay, number 6 over here is a very important piece. Before you're done with registration, you need to make sure it says total credits 6.0 in this box right here. That means that you're fully enrolled with the full 6 credits. Now, if you're looking to do Running Start or New Market or one of these other programs, we still, unless you are a current a current Running Start student and you're just continuing with it, then you can register for just the only classes that you want to take. But if you're thinking about Running Start and it's not fully confirmed, you haven't discussed all of this with your counselor yet, still register for 6 full credits, and we'll make those adjustments later if you get into one of those programs. Okay, so it's always better to make sure you're fully enrolled, and we will adjust later. Now, after you have your first choice requests in there, then we're going to move to alternates. So that's the tab just to the right of the request one. Click that and you get into the alternate side. The alternates are very important. And you do the same thing with those. You highlight them on the left, add them to the right. And you'll see there's these arrows here and these numbers for how many alternates you have. You can put up to 4 alternates into the system. We want to do that because every year there are students that unfortunately don't get their first choice request. Maybe they don't get that first choice weight training class that they wanted to take, but they still want to take PE, so we need a backup for that, or the art class you want, or something like that. Or maybe you want to get into Spanish, but you unfortunately can't get into there, so we want the backup to be French or German, those kinds of things. Because counselors over the summer are kind of resolving some of these conflicts with classes that don't fit into your schedule. And if we have your alternates listed there, then we can do the best job of getting what you want rather than just filling in things for you randomly, okay? And finally, when you got the 4 alternates in there, you've double checked and it says 6 total credits at the top. Just go ahead and hit this X at the top, exit out of it. It automatically saves and you are good to go. Okay, so that is the task from this point forward, is to sign up for your classes in Skyward. That window is now open for you to do that. Get locked into what you want to take for next year. Make sure you've looked at the course catalog to read descriptions. That's another thing that we want to point out. And let me just kind of show you here real quick. To get to the course catalog, to go to the Timberline site, right? And you're going to click the Academics tab. And you're going to find course catalog listed here. And you're just going to get right into the course catalog, the current year 1. And all of our course descriptions, teachers spend a lot of time to update these course descriptions, and so that you have an informed decision. You make the decision that's best for you. You know what to expect with these courses. If you take a course and you get into it for a few days and you don't find that you're liking it, it's often very hard to make a change. It's hard to, and it becomes frustrating because you come in and you meet with your counselor, you ask for a change, and we tell you that the other classes are full, and out the door you go. So make sure that you don't make those mistakes. Let's avoid that frustration. Let's read about the classes you want to take in our course catalog. Then you can be prepared for what's ahead of you with those. Okay, so don't worry about if you do have questions that spill over to next advisory. We're going to continue working on these classes and finishing that up here, like in number 3 I have listed. Do your best to get those classes in, but of the holdover questions, let's bring those for next advisory. Organize your career planner portfolio. We're going to be talking about that next week. We're going to get you totally organized so you're ready to have a good conference. We want to avoid you being embarrassed in your conference, right? And not knowing what to talk about, not knowing, you didn't do this, you didn't know about that. We're going to clarify all of that. And then we want to make sure you sign up for your conference with your advisor if you haven't already done so. We know people's schedules can be tight, and the later you wait to sign up for your conference, some of those time slots may not be fitting for you or your parent. Okay, so that's the agenda. Let's get after it and start working on our scheduling and our credit checks and making sure we get good decisions into Skyward right now, and moving on for advisory. We're ready to go.
All right. The reason why we showed this today was because that video, basically registering for next year, super, super important. Like he kind of mentioned, if you don't.
Hello, we'd like to welcome.
Hold on just a second.
2025. And in this presentation, we're going to.
Sorry, the video kept playing. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but if you don't register and you put this off and then you come to conferences and you're still not registered and you still don't take the steps to register, they're just going to throw you in whatever classes they want to. If a class isn't filled up and there's a low amount of students, they're going to throw you into that and then you're stuck. So make sure you're taking the initiative to build your schedule for next year. And then when this stuff, I think I missed that when he said it was unlocked. I thought he said it was unlocked as of today. You could start building your schedule. Start building that schedule, put it into Skyward, and then just make sure you contact me if you have any questions. If something looks weird, we can jump on Zoom and I can kind of walk you through it. And we'll keep talking about it next Tuesday. Hang back if you got questions. If you're good to go and you want to keep working on this, I hope you have a great day and we will see you on Tuesday. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Haley, you too.